Hi, I'm Valerie Gilchrist, and I'm broadcasting from Augusta, Georgia. My broadcast is Esther's Purpose, and my guest today is Datrice, and we're going to talk more about her later, but I do want to let everyone know that we are on WYTV7 from Charlotte, North Carolina. I also want you to know that we are a nonprofit and we do take donations that are used to bring our broadcast not only nationally, but internationally. Our listeners are across the globe and are encouraged by our broadcast. So through my show, Esther's Purpose, our listeners who have been going through various trials and tribulations in their life, we want to encourage them to stay on course by hearing from my guests, not only what they went through, but also how they came out in victory and with purpose. And with that said, I want to introduce our guest to you right now, and her name is Datrice Stalling. She's a native of Lansing, Michigan. She is a certified life coach, commonly known as the goal-setting enthusiast. I love that, Datrice. Yeah. Her business name is Come to Pass. I like that too. That's what come to pass. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait till you tell me how you did that. She coaches women and some men, not just women, right. Men too. Mm-hmm. How to create, plan, and implement goals that come to pass. Get it? Come to pass. Got it. She has shown several women how to get from where they are to where they should be in their lives. Several have even quit their what they have called mediocre jobs to pursue their passion and strong desire in business. With that, I introduce to our national and international audience, Datrice.
Hey, Valerie. Oh. Hello. Thank you for having me on the show. Super excited, overjoyed, bubbling over. I am just honored to be here, to be able to share with the audience, the listening audience, about how to live on purpose.
Yes.
How to make their lives pop.
Woo! Live on purpose and make their lives pop.
Yes. And how they can make their lives pop is by planning on purpose. Okay. And so you heard, as I was introduced, that I am the goal-setting enthusiast. But how you plan your life on purpose is by setting effective goals.
Okay.
Make your life pop.
Yes, I like that. Make your life pop.
Make it pop.
Yeah. That is awesome. Now, before we continue talking about what you do now, okay, we're going to talk about how this initiated in your own life, the things that, brought you to where you are now.
Absolutely.
And so I want you to talk about that, share that, whatever you want to share concerning that. Because again, WYTV7 and Esther's Purpose, we want to make sure we leave people after they've listened to us encouraged.
Absolutely.
That they know that you can go through hills and valleys, ups and downs, turnarounds, but at the end of the day, you can be seated solidly in who you are and your purpose in life. So with that, Datrice, talk to us about Datrice prior to Come to Pass.
Wow. Well, Datrice, prior to Come to Pass, I'm married. I was married with 3 children, twin daughters, 2 of the 3. And I was a stay-at-home mom for the first 6 years of those little girls' lives. I have a 28-year-old son as well that I raised, and I absolutely adored being at home, being a stay-at-home mom. While I was a stay-at-home mom, I was allowed a great vision that has segued into the business Come to Pass. But I did not know that at the time. I just was being obedient. I was just believing in what I saw, and I wrote down what I did see, and it has later come to pass.
Yes.
Great in my life that he allowed the experience and the journey of what I went through to help others on their experiences and journeys, to help them see that everything is on purpose.
Yes.
Everything, whether it's good, bad, ugly, happy, or sad, it's all on purpose.
Yeah.
And in the midst of that part of your journey, wherever you are, you're seeing things. God is allowing you to see things, whether it's in a dream, glimpse, or vision. And I will speak more about that as we go on in our talk. But your dreams, glimpses, and visions are key. They are vital, and it shapes who you are. So I want to encourage everyone to pay attention. And I'll explain to you, you know, about those dreams, especially glimpse. And that's what I had when I had my twin babies, laying on the couch, settling them down for a nap. I had a great glimpse and a vision of something that did come to pass in my life. Now, was come to pass a part of my business name at that time? No. Had no idea. I was able to create a vision, a business because of what I saw. And that business name was Infinity Hair and Nail Design.
Okay.
So that from Infinity Hair and Nail Design to come to pass because of experience, because of dreams, because of visions, and because of glimpse.
That is awesome. Thank you for that. We're going to go back to that because I loved all of that. All right. So let's go back to your life prior to all of that. Let's go back to, you know, let's go back and then bring us forward to, you know, your life before all of that. All of that. When you first had your children, you know, you're and really your grown up life, how you grew up, you know, what are the struggles that you might have had that even gave Lynn to come to pass. So talk to us about that.
Oh, absolutely. If you allow me to go to the time I was a little girl.
Absolutely. And
you know what? And because of the preparation of this show has allowed me to better understand even this, where I'm at today. But as a little girl, and as painful as it has been for me to discover and unfold, I was never asked as a little girl what I wanted to be when I grew up. No one, I don't remember ever being asked that by my parents. And as I look back, I just went through life being an obedient daughter, doing what was told, and just making it through elementary school. In elementary school, they tried to put me in special ed classes, and I hated that. And that didn't last very long, gratefully, thankfully, because I did test out of that. But if I would have had, you know, and no discount to my parents, they did the best that they could with what they had to work with. But if I could have had parents that would have, you know, spoke into me and encouraged me and told me, you are not what they say that you are, I would not have had to go through that difficult, trying, saddening time of my life as a little girl in elementary school. So as a little girl, I was never asked.
Wow.
And we called it junior high school back when I was going to school. They call it middle school now.
Yes.
Not even in junior high school / middle school was I ever asked, Datrice, what do you want to be when you grow up? In preparation for the next level of my life. Get into high school. Not even a high school counselor or a teacher neither had ever asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, or even what did I want to do going into college to help me better prepare and make me college ready. No one ever asked me that. It has been nothing but the grace of God that has taken me through my life, my walk, my path to get me from where I was to where I am today. Only because of his leading, directing, and guiding. And because I had to have trusted him without knowing I was trusting him, because I didn't have anyone as a child that I felt that I really could. I didn't have anyone to share anything with, and they certainly never asked me anything. And this all happened because of God's plan that he said that he had for my life.
Amen. Amen.
To unfold today. That into, you know, from a child into a teenager, into college time, into an adult, getting married, having children. And here I am, having dreams, glimpses, and visions of some things that were larger than who I was that day.
That is awesome. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I just want to remind everybody that this is WYTV7 out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I am Valerie Gilchrist, and this is Esther's Purpose, and we're talking to Datrice, and she just gave us a mouthful, so I'm trying to give her a minute to catch her breath, because I see I've met my match today. And people are always, when I'm talking, saying, Valerie, take a breath. So it's so nice that there's somebody else that's like that in the earth. So Datrice, you brought us up from young, but now you said that you had children, but there was something that happened significantly in your life too before that with your brother, your younger brother. You'll talk about that for a moment.
My younger brother. Well, I'm not certain what you mean by my younger brother.
When you were saying your brother who was killed young.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was he was the favoriteest brother, not just by me, but my other siblings as well. I had a brother where he actually was older.
Okay.
And he was very instrumental in the family because he seemed to be different. He was set apart because he was strong. And he almost took on like a father figure in the family, one that we could trust. When I said, I didn't have anyone to trust.
So when you said father figure, where was your father?
My father was there in the home.
Okay.
He was there in the home, but it was almost like he was mute. He was just there in body, pretty much, but never directional, never giving him. And God rest his soul. He's passed on, and I believe that he received the Lord as his savior before he passed. But he was just there, and he never gave any guidance because he was always self-centered.
Okay.
He was Mr. Clean is what they called him. Ooh. But because Mr. Clean was only into himself, he didn't have time for his children. He didn't make time for any of us. It was 5 of us. And so my brother, he was like the father figure in the home, and he was well respected by so many in not only in the family, but in the community as well. And he later had gotten killed. I was 18 years old when he got killed and was taken away from us, but it was an unfortunate situation. If he could have known what it is that I know today, he wouldn't have been with who he was yesterday.
Okay.
His life prematurely. But he had passed away because of a relationship that he was in. And I believe he didn't do the homework as to who this person was that he was involved with. And, it was a situation that escalated in a place that they went to have a good time at and took his life prematurely and left us without him.
Yeah. So when you talk about come to pass and living your life on purpose, so when we live our lives on purpose and which causes us to value ourselves, when we know who we are, what we're supposed to be doing, then would you say that's what allows us to put guards up and boundaries, right? And convictions in our lives so that maybe the unfortunate situation that happened with your brother won't happen to us if we know who we are. Someone had to have spoke into our lives because I didn't have anyone to speak either. So therefore I didn't have any vision, didn't have guards up, didn't have boundaries. And I was just kind of out there willy-nilly and gave people access to me that should have never gotten access. Is that right?
Absolutely. That's exactly what it was.
Yes. And so when your brother passed, how did that impact you? Did it change your trajectory, or did it send you where you need? How did that affect you?
I believe it sent me where I needed to be.
Okay.
And, during that period, we all were numb because, it was just an unbelievable situation to somebody that was super duper wonderful. How could he have been taken from us? But I didn't learn that I guess I didn't start putting all the pieces together to the puzzle until obviously I got old enough to pretty much understand what had taken place. But again, if he would have had the parenting or even a mentor or even a coach that could have asked him, he did the best he could. He was a great son to my mother, but he did the best that he could with what he was working with. But if he could have been asked, what do you want in your life? What do you expect to come to pass in your life outside of what you have successfully gained? I believe he would have been with the woman. He was with a woman that a young woman that we all believe was a soulmate. But because of that situation with another woman that caused him to be pulled away from that woman is what landed him in the death. But if he could have been asked the question, what do you want? And not only what do you want, but who do you see as a spouse or even being in a long life relationship with? What do you want? What does it look like? And what do you see for yourself? Or what do you see in her? I think he would not have made that choice in that person that he ended up with.
All right. Now, see, and that's what we're trying to get our audience to, because we want to really hear at YTV7 with broadcasting through them with Esther's Purpose. We want to leave everyone with some tools. Okay. We want to encourage people by giving them tools to know what to do to get out of their current situations, whatever they're in. And even if they're already out, you know how sometimes you can come out of a situation, but you'll go right back in. It might not be Joe, but it might be Jim. Might not be Jane, but it might be Jamie this time. It could be whomever. But though the names change, cities change, what we find out, if you follow the thread, it's really the same person. It's the same character. It's the same personality that keeps attaching itself to that thing in us that's broken, that needs to be fixed. And so when it's not, then we keep giving people unfair advantage over us because we're not, because we don't know who we are. And like you said, someone didn't sow that into us by talking to us and making us feel valuable. Is that right?
That is absolutely right. That is absolutely right. And I really believe, it's just something simple to ask people, but what do you want? And, many people be like, I don't know. But you know what I have found just through my coaching years, just coaching with individuals, we really do know what it is we want. We're just afraid, one, that it will come to pass and we may not measure up to it, or B, that it will not come to pass. 9 times out of 10, when you know what it is that you want, it will come to pass. And that is the plan. When God said that he knows the plan that he has for you, it is our duty, it is our right to ask him. If you don't think you know, and I believe that you do, but when you think you don't know what the plan is, God said ask. We have not because we have to ask what the plan is. He said, I know the plan that I have for you. And guess what? That plan comes with an expected end.
Yes, it does. It does. Now, I want to say again that WYTV7 is a nonprofit organization. We do accept donations. If you would like to sow a seed into us, we would really appreciate it. So that we can continue to have broadcasts like this with Datrice and others who are impacting lives and encouraging them to move greater. That money goes to our broadcasting nationally and internationally. $5 goes a long, long way. So whatever that seed is, just remember it's a seed and it will meet a need. So I want to talk to you about Come to Pass now. Tell me how that originated.
Come to pass. Well, I prayed about everything that I was doing. I thought I was just doing it as a hobby, but I can honestly say God gave me the business name. And the business name again is Come to Pass. And as you can hear, it's compass. Come to pass is a derivative of the word compass. And again, because it's a derivative of the word compass, I want our listening audience to really understand that we all hold the compass. God is the number one holder, but you are co-partner with him as far as holding that compass to your life. That compass is your dreams, glimpses, and visions. And those dreams, glimpses, and visions, according to, and because of the compass that you hold, is directional. A compass is directional. A compass is a navigational tool. So those things that you had dreams, glimpses, and visions of, I don't care how small, how large, how ginormous they may have been or are, they are navigational through your purpose in life. It's directional to the plan that God has for you. Pay attention and write it down.
Ooh, I love that. And let me tell you now, we've been talking for a moment and we talked a moment before, and I was telling you about how your colors match up with my colors. Now, until just now, do you know I didn't see that compass sitting behind you? When you started doing that right then, I said, hey, wait a minute. That's a compass behind her.
Compass. Yes.
Is that your logo?
That is my logo. I believe in the compass of life. I believe in it.
Yes. And you're right. You need to write that vision and make it plain so they that read can run and go and carry, wait for it. For it will surely come to pass. Yes. I love that.
Yes.
It's so awesome.
That is it.
Yes. Yes. Because, when we see things, we just don't realize that as clear as a bell as we could see it, and as clear as a bell as we could write it down, there are still some things, there's some steps that we have to do. There's some things that have to come into alignment. There are people that have got to come on board to help us. And God knows when they're ready. Sometimes it isn't even anything about us. We're prepared, we're ready, but our help hasn't come into alignment yet. And so we've got to meet up with our help. And so sometimes we get frustrated because we think, oh, I didn't hear God. That's not right. I've been doing this a long time, and we get discouraged. But if we stay focused on the direction the compass is sending us, and understanding that he will perfect that which concerneth you. Yes, he will. Yes. And in doing that, and if we remember that, then we can take our time and we can pace ourselves.
Yes.
So that we can make it all the way to the end. Because sometimes we get in such a hurry that we get outside of his boundaries. And what happens when we get outside of boundaries, that protection and that safety and that rescue that needed to be there for us is not there because we got ahead of him.
Right.
And you know, when I'm teaching this to individuals, what I tell them, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember the Travelers insurance company where they had that red umbrella and it was following the people around? You don't remember? But they had this red umbrella, and every commercial, that red umbrella was following the people who had policies with them. And when I teach people, I always tell them that we can get out from up underneath that umbrella. And when you do, you get wet.
Yes.
And there are many times we get wet.
Yes.
And if we're not careful, we'll drown.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're stepping outside of where he wants to be. We got ahead of him. We don't want to be behind him, and we don't want to get ahead of him. We want to walk with him, you know, in unison with him.
That's right.
And wait on him. That is awesome. So where is Come to Pass going now?
Oh my goodness, Come to Pass is some great things that are right now being orchestrated and coming to pass in such a phenomenal way. Come to pass. Right now, I am currently planning not a conference. God said to call it an event.
Woo!
So at the top of, because I'm a goal setting enthusiast. So in January, at the top of the year, January 5th of 2019, Come to Pass is going to have an event that is going to allow people to not set resolutions, but to set goals.
Okay.
So what I have right now working on is bringing in some keynote speakers that have done some phenomenal things here locally in the city of Lansing and in our sister communities and or other cities. And I'm just elated.
I can see
how God has brought these people to me to be speakers at this event. And the event is going to be so well-rounded, from one of the first Black female bank owners in the United States, a young lady who is coming to teach about the making season and how we have different seasons of our lives. And it's important that we understand the seasons that we are in. And we have someone locally that's in the physical fitness, and he's just setting the city, he calls it physical, what is it called? Training that's lit. He has lit the city. He is phenomenal with a huge clientele where he has left his job and pursued his purpose. And then I have a branding strategist who does all sorts of things with entrepreneurs and help them make their brand look just sharp, just better. And it's going to be a well-rounded event. It's going to be an experience where people are I know they're going to come in one way and they're going to leave another. So that's what Come to Pass has going on right now. As I continue to work with clients one-on-one, I continue to encourage individuals to never discount what it is that they have imagined for themselves. You know, even if it's big, write it down. I just left a training with Del Toro McNeil, and that was something that I just imagined. I had only thought that I was going to meet this man. If anyone in the listening audience knows anything about Mr. Del Toro McNeil, the man is a millionaire. The man has been with some heavy hitters. He is phenomenally awesome. So just left the training with him. I had only thought about meeting this man. Doesn't the Bible say, I know the thoughts that you think? I only thought. I didn't even write it down. I didn't even make it part of my vision board. I only thought that I was going to meet this man. And today, come to pass. Got pictures, got his material, got hugs and all. Del Toro McNeil. So never discount.
Yes.
That you want to come to pass in your life. And this is what I'm passionate about. I want to speak to the nations about living on purpose, make their life pop. You mentioned something in before you came back to me. You said something about pacing yourself. And that's one of the things that I do with my clients when you work one-on-one with me. I teach people how to pace themselves, not only just setting goals for something super duper big and, you know, materialistic or whatever, but pace yourself in all areas of your life and make things come to pass, whether it's health and fitness, even if it's reading book, having just downtime, me time, not only saving money, career goals, educational goals. Pace yourself. Think about what it is that you want, and then start making plans. Plan your life on purpose by doing these things that I love to share with people. And it's amazing as I see the lights turn on for them as well.
That is awesome, Datrice. Now, before we leave, I want you to tell people how to contact you. How do they get in touch with you if they want to talk to you or have you be a coach for them? Give us your contact information.
Oh, sure. You can reach me at I'll give you my email address, and that's Datrice, and that's DATRICE at come to pass. COM2PASS.com. Send me an email. Now repeat that again. It's Datrice at come to pass.com. And or you can feel free to give me a call. I'll give you my number, and that's 517-449-9943. You can give me a physical call where I hear your voice, or you feel free to shoot me a text message. I would love to hear from you all, because now's the time to live on purpose. Now is the time to make your life pop. And you can also reach out to me on my website, and that's www.cometopass.com.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, Datrice, I've so enjoyed you. Again, this is Esther's Purpose. I'm Valerie Gilchrist. I'm broadcasting from WYTV7. WYTV7 is out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Please take the time. You all listen to us. You've gotten Datrice information. Follow WYTV7 on Facebook. Follow Esther's Purpose on Facebook. Like us, follow us, share information. Go in there. You can contact us. You can talk to us about people who've been on our show like Datrice. Talk to us. Let us know how you like the show, and drop some information in there that's something that was said today encouraged you. And so that I can speak with you. If you'd like for me to come and speak at one of your events or do something for you, that would be wonderful. You can contact me through Esther's Purpose on Facebook. I would love to come out and share as well. So in parting, Datrice, if you had 15 seconds to say one more thing to somebody that would make them want to let their dreams come to pass, what would you tell them?
I want to encourage you to imagine the possibilities and believe that they will come to pass. You can't get from where you are to where you're supposed to be in your life by setting effective goals. And I can teach you how to set those goals one goal at a time, and you will witness how they all will come to pass.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm Valerie Gilchrist. This is WYTV7. This is our Esther's Purpose. We've just enjoyed our guests so much. Again, we just want to let you know that we are a nonprofit, so you can give, and so that we can continue to do what we do and encourage people and bless people and help people just move from where they are to where they need to be in the kingdom of God. We thank you so much, Datrice.
Amen.
Thank you so much for your sacrifice. Love you. Talk to you soon, okay? Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.